everyone. My name is Lauren May. I'm the Assistant Site Manager at the Vance Birthplace State Historic Site in Weaverville. We were challenged by Catherine Calhoun Cutshaw with the North Carolina Room at Pack Memorial Library to share 5 facts about our favorite historical figure in American history. So today I'm going to share with you 5 facts about Lillian Exum Clement Stafford, who was the first woman to hold legislative office in the South. I am particularly drawn to Clement's story because it's something I don't get to talk about a lot as an interpreter here at the Vance Birthplace. Since our site covers the history of antebellum North Carolina, or the time before the Civil War in 1865, we don't get to talk a lot about women in politics. So obviously Zebulon Vance was a huge, larger-than-life political figure here in North Carolina, especially in Western North Carolina. And pretty much every man in his family also served in some political capacity as a local representative or in the Senate or something like that. But the women in the Vance family were barred from participating in politics. They didn't even have the right to vote. And of course, the enslaved women and men were unable to vote or have any role in politics as well, although the decisions that were made by those in power affected their lives immensely. So I think this is why I find the story of Lillian Exum Clement, and she actually went by her middle name Exum, so powerful. Her election to the legislature is a watershed moment. So without further ado, here are 5 facts about Lillian Exum Clement. Fact 1, Clement passed the bar in 1916. She was only the 4th woman in North Carolina to do so. And when she took her oath, Judge Thomas A. Jones welcomed her as Brother Exum, a nickname that would stick with her in politics. In 1917, Clement set up her practice in Asheville. Fact 2, in an interesting twist, Clement was nominated as Democratic candidate for Buncombe County before she herself was allowed to vote. So that's 2 months before the ratification of the 19th Amendment, which occurred on August 15th, 1920. So that anniversary is actually coming up this year. Come November, however, Clement could vote for herself, and she was the clear winner of the election, defeating her opponent in a landslide, 10,863 votes to 41. The Asheville Citizen announced Clement's victory and reported that women turned up to vote by the thousands, quote, predominating in many precincts and taking the keenest interest in the business of voting. Fact 3, speaking of the Asheville Citizen, in 1921, Clement married E. Eller Stafford, a staff writer and telegraph editor at the paper. The couple had 1 daughter, Nancy, and a special law had to be passed to change Exum's name on the General Assembly's roll call from Clement to Stafford, her married name. There had never been any need to do this before, so this was not part of the protocol. Fact 4, while a legislator, Clement introduced over 17 bills, and most of them passed. These included a bill providing for the secret ballot, so the right to vote without anyone else seeing who you were voting for. A bill reducing the time of abandonment necessary before someone could file for divorce, so she reduced that from 10 years to 5. And then she also passed a pure milk bill, which required dairy herds and facilities to be tested for tuberculosis. Another bill that she was really passionate about was a bill to ensure that the state of North Carolina took over control of the Lindley Training School for unwed mothers and delinquent girls. This was located near Asheville, and the bill was not popular. When Exum came to Asheville to speak on behalf of the bill, she was actually pelted by eggs from people in the crowd. Fact 5, unfortunately, Clement died young at the age of 38 of pneumonia. So this is in 1925, and upon hearing the news of Clement's death, the legislature adjourned in honor of her memory. Like Zebulon Vance, Lillian Exum Clement Stafford is buried in Riverside Cemetery, and you can find a historical marker in her honor at the corner of Charlotte Street and College Streets in Asheville. I hope you enjoyed learning about Lillian Exum Clement, my favorite historical figure from American history. I now challenge our friends at the James K. Polk State Historic Site to share 5 facts about their favorite historical figure. I hope y'all have a great day. Thank you so much for joining us.